If you're 65, 80 and can still do this, you're a rare gem and destined to live to 100. Let me ask you something. Can you still do this? Wake up in the morning, swing your legs over the side of the bed, plant your feet on the ground, stand. Up without bracing on a nightstand or leaning heavily on a cane. Walk across the room with confidence, not wincing, limping, or feeling short of breath before you even get to the kitchen. If you just nodded your head, smiled, or thought, "Yeah, I still can," then let me tell you something straight. You're not just doing well, you're exceptional, you're rare, and you are built for a long, vibrant life. In a world where people are constantly chasing youth, through injections, pills, and trendy detoxes, you already hold something far more valuable than any beauty product on the market. Real, natural vitality. See, the truth is, living to 100 isn't about being wrinkle-free or having the metabolism of a 20-year-old. It's not about gimmicks or Instagram-worthy health hacks. It's about function, freedom, awareness, joy. It's about waking up with the ability to move, think, breathe, and engage with the world without needing assistance every step of the way. It's about independence, and that's something too many people take for granted. Let's be real for a second. You and I both know folks, maybe even friends or loved ones, who've already lost those simple abilities. The ones who can no longer get out of bed without help, who shuffle slowly with walkers, who get winded just walking to the mailbox, who fumble for names or stare blankly when someone cracks a joke. It happens. Aging is real. But so is this. Some people are aging and some people are aging well. And if you're in that sweet spot between 65 and 80, and you still feel that spark in your legs, that clarity in your thoughts, that rhythm in your daily steps, you're not just blessed. You're a sign of what's possible. Why this matters so much. Here's the thing. Mobility is medicine. Those little movements, getting out of bed, walking across the room, reaching for your cup of tea without groaning or hesitating, those are silent indicators of your body's health. They reflect strength, balance, coordination, circulation, even brain function. They're not just signs that you're still doing okay. They're signs that your foundation is strong. And a strong foundation is what carries people into their 90s and beyond. Not just living, but thriving. And you know what else comes along with that movement? Independence. The ability to take care of yourself without needing someone by your side every second. Confidence. Walking tall instead of being hunched or afraid of falling. Peace of mind. Knowing that your body still listens when your brain gives a command. These are not small things. These are everything when it comes to living well and living long. The truth about longevity. People ask all the time, what's the secret to living to 100? Is it diet? Is it exercise? Is it luck? I'll tell you, it's none of those alone. It's a combination of resilience, routine, and readiness to adapt. If you're still moving freely in your 70s, odds are it didn't happen by accident. It happened because you kept going. You walked instead of sitting all day. You stretched. You stayed curious. You may have had your aches, your setbacks, your scares, but you didn't stop. And that's what makes you rare. You're a living example of what's possible. So don't ever downplay the fact that you can still get up without struggling, walk with balance, climb a few stairs without stopping halfway. Remember faces, names, and conversations, smile and mean it. These things aren't normal for everyone at your age. But they're your normal, and that makes you a shining example of what's possible. You're not just aging, you're defying expectations. Final thought. If you're between 65 and 80 and can still do the basics with ease, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. You're not slowing down, you're still in motion, and motion is life. So here's my message to you. Keep moving, keep thinking, keep laughing, keep loving. Because the way you're going, 100 isn't just a possibility. It's a real, beautiful destination you're heading toward, and you've already got the map in your bones. If you're between the ages of 65 and 80, and you can still move freely, walk without assistance, get out of a chair without pushing off the armrests, bend down to tie your shoes, remember the names of your grandchildren, and laugh until your stomach hurts, then let me tell you something important. You're not just doing well. You're doing remarkably well. In fact, you're living proof that the body and mind, when well cared for, can continue to thrive even as the years stack up. You've already won half the battle in the journey of aging. These small, everyday actions, things most people take for granted in their younger years, are powerful indicators of your overall vitality. The ability to climb a flight of stairs without feeling winded, to get dressed without struggling, to cook your own meals, or simply to go for a walk without fear of falling. These things are not guaranteed, not at 65, not at 70, and certainly not at 80. For millions of others, these basic freedoms have quietly slipped away, bit by bit. Maybe it started with stiffness in the knees. Maybe it was a minor fall that turned into a major setback. Maybe memory became foggy, or vision a little blurrier. The change is often so subtle, so slow, that by the time they realize what they've lost, it's already gone. And from there, independence becomes harder to hold on to. That's why, if you're still able to do the basics, live with autonomy, think clearly, laugh deeply, you are carrying something truly rare. You're not just aging, you're aging well. You've preserved something precious that many others lose long before their time: quality of life. Now, I'm not pretending that aging is a fairy tale. The joints ache more than they used to. Sleep might not come as easily. You may have said goodbye to people you love, and sometimes the quiet moments can feel too quiet. That's the truth of getting older. It comes with its fair share of loss and discomfort. But here's the beautiful part. You're still here, you're still moving, still engaging, still living. And that means something. That means your resilience runs deep. That means you've weathered storms, perhaps financial setbacks, family, hardships, health scares, and still found reasons to get up every morning and keep going. That means your spirit is intact, your will is strong, and your desire to stay connected to life hasn't faded. That kind of strength doesn't come from a bottle, a supplement, or a surgery. It comes from within. It comes from a lifetime of experience, of learning how to care for your body and protect your peace of mind. You're the type of person who gets stronger by showing up, the kind who doesn't just count birthdays, but earns them. And in today's fast-paced, tech-driven, youth-obsessed world, people like you are a rare gem, a living, breathing example that aging doesn't have to mean fading, that you can grow older and still feel alive, curious, grateful, and full of purpose. And I'll go a step further. If you can still walk with balance, think with clarity, and love with a full heart, then you just might have the keys to make it to 100. And not just make it, but enjoy the ride. Because true longevity isn't about just stretching out the years. It's about filling them with movement, meaning, and joy. The secret to a long, full life isn't a magic pill or a special diet. It's your attitude. It's how you care for yourself, physically, mentally, emotionally. It's keeping a little curiosity in your back pocket. It's laughing when you can, resting when you must, and never giving up on the things that make life rich. So the next time you wake up, swing your legs over the side of the bed, stand up without holding on to anything, and walk across the room without a second thought. Pause for a moment. Smile, because you've got something priceless. You've still got you. And that, my friend, just might carry you all the way to 100. The secret to a long, fulfilling life. It's not hidden in some magic pill, or even in a family tree with perfect genes. It's not about obsessively tracking your meals or forcing yourself to hit 10,000 steps every single day. The real secret is momentum. You see, the people who live the longest aren't always the ones who've never faced illness or discomfort. In fact, many have encountered their fair share of pain, struggle, and setbacks. But here's the key difference. They didn't let those challenges stop them. They didn't let their circumstances dictate their future. What sets them apart is simple. They kept going. They kept pushing through day by day, no matter what their bodies or minds threw at them. They stayed engaged with life. They stayed curious. And they never allowed the inevitable slowdowns of aging to slow their momentum. They kept stretching, whether it was their legs, their arms, or their minds. Stretching isn't just physical. It's mental too. Stretching your boundaries, trying new things, stepping outside of your comfort zone. It's the willingness to be open, to learn, to adapt. And that mental flexibility has just as much to do with longevity as the physical. They kept walking, not necessarily on some strict regimen, but they stayed active. Walking to the store, around the neighborhood, or just around the house. Movement doesn't have to be about crushing personal records. It's about keeping things flowing, keeping your body and joints moving. As long as you're moving, you're ahead of the game. They kept thinking for themselves. Aging doesn't mean you need to stop making decisions or stop being involved in your life. In fact, the ability to continue making choices and solving problems, no matter how big or small, keeps your mind sharp. You don't need to let anyone else control your narrative or your direction. The more you actively engage in making choices, the more you train your brain to stay agile. And lastly, they never stopped laughing. Laughter is like a secret weapon. It's a stress reliever, a mood booster, and a way to connect with others. And it's free. People who find humor in life, who laugh at a good joke or even at themselves, tend to be more resilient. Laughter can keep you grounded, lighthearted, and reminds you that life is meant to be enjoyed, no matter how old you get. So, if you're wondering what the secret is, there it is. Keep moving, mentally and physically. Keep stretching. Keep walking, keep thinking for yourself, and above all, keep laughing. It's the momentum you build that keeps you young, and it's the only real secret to living a long, fulfilling life. So here's my challenge to you. If you're still lucky enough to have the ability to move freely, speak with clarity, and love with all your heart, don't take it for granted. Don't let those gifts fade with time. Protect them, cherish them, and nourish them like the treasures they are. They are the building blocks of not just surviving but thriving. No matter what age you are, start by taking the stairs whenever you can. It's simple, but it's a reminder to yourself that you still have strength in your legs, energy in your body, and the ability to do what many people your age can't. You may not be running marathons, but that steady movement keeps your body in motion, your muscles engaged, and your joints flexible. Stay social. Don't isolate yourself. We're all busy with our lives, and as we get older, it's easy to retreat into the comfort of our homes, surrounded by familiar things. But staying connected to others, whether it's friends, family, or even a community group, keeps your heart open and your mind sharp. Social interaction is as important for your mental well-being as physical activity is for your body. Don't let your world shrink. Make it bigger by opening yourself up to relationships, conversations, and new experiences. Make it a point to learn one new thing every week. It doesn't have to be big, but it has to be something that sparks curiosity in you. It could be as simple as learning a new word, trying a new recipe, or exploring a hobby you've never had time for. The brain, like the body, thrives on challenge and stimulation. The more you engage with the world around you, the more vibrant and agile your mind will stay. And for heaven's sake, laugh like a kid. Life has its ups and downs, no doubt, but finding humor in your day, whether it's at yourself, a situation, or a silly joke, reminds you that life doesn't have to be taken so seriously. Laughter is medicine for the soul, and it's an instant mood lifter. When you laugh, you're telling your body to relax, release tension, and embrace the joy that's still available no matter your age. Dance like no one's judging. Maybe you don't have the same energy as you did in your younger years, but you can still dance in your own way, whether it's in the kitchen, at a family gathering, or just around the house. Movement and rhythm not only help your body, but lift your spirits. It's about feeling alive in the moment and being free to express yourself. Dance with joy even if it's just in your heart. And above all, don't stop showing up for yourself. You're your own best advocate. Don't wait for life to happen to you. Make sure you're actively part of it. Whether that means keeping up with your health, staying curious, or simply taking time to appreciate the small moments, you owe it to yourself to keep showing up and living life to the fullest. Your future self will thank you. At the end of the day, it's not about living forever. It's about living well, It's about savoring every moment, embracing every opportunity, and making the most of the years you've been given. It's about staying in motion, mentally and physically, so that no matter how many candles are on your birthday cake, you're still vibrant, engaged, and enjoying the journey. So, if you're 65, 70, 75, or even 80, and you can still stand tall, move freely, and smile wide, take a moment to recognize what you've got. You're not just aging, you're thriving. You're a rare gem, and your story isn't over yet. Keep moving, keep laughing, and keep loving life. Keep showing up for yourself. You just might dance your way to 100.